Is it possible to score a 330 plus on my GRE in just 45 days? How many hours should I prepare for GRE every day? How should I prepare to score high on my verbal reasoning section? Are these some of the questions running through your mind? Expert answers coming your way in 3, 2, 1. Donna David, and I'm a GRE and admissions expert here at GRE Edge. Most of you already probably know that scoring a 330 plus on your GRE makes you eligible for an MS or MBA from some of the most reputed universities in the world, including the Ivy Leagues. However, contrary to what most students feel, getting a 330 plus on the GRE isn't all that hard. And the reason why I say this is because in today's video, I'm going to be sharing the only guide you need to score a 330 plus on your GRE in just 45 days or even less in the most legit way with data. At GRE Edge, we track a lot of data about a student's performance, and today we're going to be using this data to answer the most popular question. First off, let's find out if it's really possible to score a 330 plus on your GRE in just 45 days. Take a look at this graph that shows the time taken by our 330 plus scorers to actually prepare for the GRE. Out of a random sample of 330 plus scorers, the vast majority, or 67%, prepared for just 45 days or less. Hence, to answer your question, yes, it is indeed possible to score a 330 plus on your GRE in 45 days or less. However, with the average test score of GRE test takers worldwide being 300, what do these students do differently? And more importantly, how can you do it too? Let's find out. Number 1. Knowing your current preparation level. Before you start preparing for the GRE, it's highly important that you know your existing proficiency level in both these sections. Which is why every time a student starts their GRE preparation with us, we always advise them to take a diagnostic test. And what is a diagnostic test? We're glad you asked. A diagnostic test helps you understand what you would score on the GRE if you took it today, with very minimal preparation. It helps you understand exactly what your strengths and weaknesses are, where you need to focus on, and based on which a highly personalized study plan can be drawn up. Our student data shows that on an average, 330 plus scorers get a 315 on the diagnostic test, with their average verbal and quantitative diagnostic scores being 155 and 160 respectively. Want to find out your diagnostic test score? We've left a link to that in the description below so that you can take it for free. Find out what you would score on the GRE if you were to take it today. So ideally, if you're targeting a 330 plus on your GRE in 45 days, then your diagnostic test score should be a 315 and above. But wait, what if you score less than 315 on your diagnostic test? Does that mean you have to settle for less on your GRE? Absolutely not. Yes, you may have to devote a few extra days than just 45 days of prep, or maybe a few extra hours each day on your GRE preparation. Take our student Karan for example. He scored a 309 on his diagnostic test and was still able to score a 332 on his GRE with 2 months of preparation. That's an incredible 23-point jump on his GRE score. Here's what he had to say about his study plan and his GRE preparation. Number 2. Proper time allocation. How much time should you spend each day preparing for your GRE? Now, if you're wondering that for a 330 plus on your GRE, you should be spending the better half of your days and nights, you're in for a pleasant surprise. Based on our data, students spent an average of 2 hours on their GRE preparation each day. That's approximately 1 hour on GRE verbal and 1 hour on GRE quants. Now that you know you have to spend 2 hours each day, let's find out how to divide that between verbal and quant. Let's take a look at quants first. Each quantitative reasoning section comprises of 20 questions that come from 6 main topics, all of which you've actually come across in your high school: arithmetic, algebra, geometry, applied math, data interpretation, and data analytics. Let's take a look at how much time our students spent on each of these sections. With questions on geometry being the most difficult and topics like arithmetic and algebra forming the bulk of the quantitative reasoning section, it's no wonder that students spend most of their time on these sections. But remember, the topics that students find difficult could vary. For example, if you find out from your diagnostic test that geometry is actually your strong point and you're not really comfortable with data interpretation, then in that case, you may have to devote extra time on DI than geometry. Now, the key to actually succeeding in the quantitative reasoning section is having all the formulae at your fingertips, which is why we've compiled all the quantitative reasoning formulae that you'll ever need in just one exclusive ebook. We've left the link to that in the description below, so don't forget to check it out. Now for the verbal section. Each verbal reasoning section on your GRE comprises of 20 questions, which could come from three main topics, namely reading comprehension, sentence equivalence, and text completion. Here's how our 330 plus scorers divided their time between these three sections. Students spent a whopping 52% of their preparation time on GRE RCs, 30% of their time on text completion, and just over 17% on their sentence equivalence. Now that's hardly surprising because 50% of the questions in the verbal section are from reading comprehension. That's right, 10 out of 20 questions in the verbal section are actually questions from reading comprehension. So if you're one of those who's terrified by GRE RCs, then you might want to fix that up quickly. And to help you with that, we've put a link to some of our expert masterclass on GRE reading comprehension presented by our co-founder Yogesh Lavanis, who has trained over 40,000 students to get their target score on the GRE. So you'll find the link to that in the description below, so don't forget to check it out. Now if I were to ask you, name the one thing that could help you ace your GRE verbal section, be it any question from GRE RCs or text completion or sentence equivalence, what would it be? No prizes for guessing it right. It's definitely building a strong vocabulary. Now, GRE is sometimes dreaded for the fact that you come across highly advanced words, which might throw you off track if you don't know them. Now, there are about 3,500 GRE words to study before your exam. So, naturally the question is, how many words should you master before you take your GRE if you're wanting to score a 330 plus? Now, the data-driven response to that is 1,000 GRE words in 45 days. That's approximately 22 words per day. Now, if you're wondering, how should I master my GRE vocabulary to get a 160 plus on the GRE verbal section, then we've left a link to an exclusive video in the description that will help you make GRE word learning fun and easy. Number 3, practice tests. So we've talked about how you need to take a GRE diagnostic test, study plan, how to prepare for verbal and quant sections, and word learning. But what's the one thing that you need to do to ensure you reach a target score of a 330 plus? So there's an old saying, practice makes perfect. And that is applicable even to get your dream GRE score. Taking practice tests. So from our students' data, we understand that 330 plus scorers try to balance their speed and accuracy by taking 14 to 15 topic-wise tests to test their mastery over that specific topic. And within a few days, close to the GRE, they take at least one full-length GRE-style practice test in the exact time of their GRE exam. Their scores on the final full-length test is usually within 3 marks of their actual GRE score. Pretty cool, right? We've also left a link to the ETS Power Prep test so that you can familiarize yourself with the actual GRE pattern. So let's quickly recap what we've covered in today's episode of Legit with Data. It is definitely possible to get a 330 plus on your GRE in 45 days if you're willing to devote 2 hours per day for your GRE preparation. Take a diagnostic test before you start so that you know clearly where you stand before you begin your preparation. Having a GRE preparation study plan makes a world of difference to how you prepare, and it's important to have it right from when you begin your preparation. On the GRE quants, make sure you spend the bulk of your time on geometry arithmetic and algebra sections. For the verbal reasoning section, make sure you practice and perfect the reading comprehension section. Learn as many as new GRE words as you can. At least 20 high priority GRE words that you can come across on your examination. Take at least 1 to 2 GRE style mock tests before your exam so that both your mind and body is ready for the rigors of a 4-hour long test. And that's a wrap. I hope you have some clarity on how to get a 330 plus on your GRE in just 45 days or even less. Don't forget to check out the description below for all the free goodies that we've given you throughout this video, including links to our free ebooks, guides, WordBot vocabulary building app, and more. And if you have any doubts or questions that you'd like us to answer based on how your GRE preparation is coming along, we'd love to be of help and we'll get back to you with solutions from our experts. So until next time, this is Donna David from GRE signing off. Happy learning!